Okay, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the steps I'm going to do to put this, all the casing around this window on the inside, all the trim. Okay, it's I'm going to be doing this one in yellow cedar, and if you saw the video I made earlier of sharpening the planer blades on the 1988 Busy Bee planer, this is the wood I planed that day. Since then I've brought the wood down here and I've run it through the table saw, and I've got the respective lengths I need to go around the window. There's some of it I may have to trim a little bit because it's not quite parallel, some of the spaces there, but I've got, this is that yellow cedar, and I've got it all cut to width and mostly and sanded. All right, so I'm going to get started on that. So the first thing I do is I take a measurement, the piece I'm going to use for the bottom, and I've got it cut probably almost like 10-11 inches, you know, each side of the window, and I'm going to trim that down a little later, but that gives me a bit of a margin, you know, to figure out the measurement I need for here. It's going to be, you know, there'll be a little bit cut off there, but I'm going to round these edges. There's going to be a vertical piece here that overlaps, and then there'll be a piece here. This will get trimmed later, but just make sure you leave enough on either side. Give yourself a bit of room to work with. Okay, so I got this here. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it and measure it for the widths of the casings. So if I've got it, it's over there pretty good. That's over there pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to mark it on here, directly on the board, like that. And you don't have to go real tight. You just leave it a little bit out so that it'll slide in there, because you're going to have a vertical piece in here that's going to come down and cover any gap you've got. So right about there, that looks good. That looks good there, and good there, and good there. So the next thing I do is I measure the depth from the face of the drywall to the window in 4 places. So I measure it here, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? In case there's any deviation in that, sometimes, you know, there's a little bit of a difference in your measurement, and you want to make sure that you cut this appropriately. Okay, so I'll set this down, and measure in here. So there I got 4 and 7/16. So I'm just going to write 4 and 7/16 on there. And over here I got 4 and 3/8. So I'll write 4 and 3/8 on there. I've got 4 and that looks like 4 and maybe, is it 5/16? It's almost, I'd say 4 and 3/8. Let's go 4 and 3/8 on that one. I think it's okay. And then this one here is another one, 4 and 3/8. Okay, 4 and 3/8. All right. Next step, I'm going to take that outside. And I'm going to get a square. Okay, so this first mark here, 4 and 3/8. I've set it here, 4 and 3/8. It's going to go in like that. And it's going to mark it off like that. And this other one here, I'm at 4 and 3/8. Right here, 4 and 3/8. Mark it off there. This one here is 4 and 3/8. Right there. And this other one is 4 and 7/16. So I might just be able to squeak it away with by 4 and 3/8. It's only a 1/16 of an inch out, but I'm going to set it at 4 and 7/16. Set it right there at 4 and 7/16. Okay, like that. And then I'm just going to draw parallel lines here. Like so. Okay. This one here, down to there. This one here, down to there. And the last one, down to there. Okay. Okay, I got my straight edge on the lines. Mark that there. Mark that there. And draw a line out like that. Okay, and what I do I got in the habit of marking the part that's going to be cut out of any board I mark, so I'll put here out. I just put out, knowing that piece is going to come out, that piece is coming out, and out here. Okay. Okay, so I got this piece fitted in. Looks pretty good. I got it level, and I've checked that, and it is not attached yet. It is just, that's good that way, and that's going to be good once it's attached here. That's going to be fine, and that's pretty good there. And that's going to be fine once that's nailed down there. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing I do, I just leave that for now. It's not attached, like I say. I just take the measurement for the tops of these windows, and I cut those pieces, and I bring them back, and there's a measurement I'm going to take based on those. 1 second. Okay, so I've cut these two pieces. These are the pieces that are going to fit on the top here, on both sides. Okay, so what I do is I just take them, I put them down here, I sit them on the bottom. Okay, sit them in there, and I take a measurement from here up to the top of the window casing. Okay, so what I've done is I've cut the top piece, and I cut this piece a little long, and what I did was I tried to fit it in here, and I realized I had to go out and cut about, you know, 1/8 of an inch off of it. So what you want to do is you want to get a tight fit. You want a tight fit between the bottom and here. Okay. There, you got a nice tight fit. All right. Okay. And now just repeat that process for the other window. Okay. So far, got the bottom in. Got the sides in, got the top in on both sides, okay? Now, what I do at this point is I go around and I take a look at this, you know, the edge of the window, and I try and look at this. I don't know if you can see that right there, but see the distance between the wood and that little edge. So I just look at all around the window, trying to make it equidistant, okay? And that's done by just shifting these back and forth, and they're a friction fit right now. They're not nailed down. I'll just move them back and forth till they get equidistant there, and I mark a line, okay? And I do it top and bottom. This one I moved again, and I marked it twice right there. Okay, and I got this one and that one. Let me see where that one was. Right there. Mark a line. Okay. Okay, so right now I've got that marked. So I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is take a combination square, and we'll mark that. Okay. Same over here. Right there. Okay. And over here. Same thing. That should be okay. And that one there. Okay. Now, some would say, why didn't you just cut these uprights to that length to start with. Well, what I wanted to do was I wanted to have a friction fit between these side pieces and the top, so I could shift everything around under friction. You know, I don't have to hold it up, you know, a loose piece that's going to fall down. I wanted to have a friction fit so that I could do this, you know, moving these around, getting these lined up. And now that I've got that done, I've marked this, and this will be cut. And we're just about ready to put this down on the floor and glue and nail it together. So the other thing you want to do is you want to determine your reveal that you're going to leave here. That little bit of wood showing, looking straight on, is the reveal. You can have whatever you want, but about 1/4 of an inch I think looks good. And so that's why I've left these tails long over here, so I could figure it out once I get everything lined up. So I just put a piece of trim in here loose, and I look over. I figure I'm just going to go, I've already measured it, and this line right here is 1.5 inches. Okay, so right there, yeah, 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches on the other side as well. That looks good. So from the edge of that over 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches right here. Okay, so I'm going to cut it off there and round it both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out. I've got all my measurements, and I'm going to assemble it on the floor and then put it back in as one piece. Okay, what I'm using is some well-bond glue. You can use any type of wood glue, carpenter's glue. I've just put some here where it's going to sit on the bottom. I'm going to tip this up. I've got it all sitting face down on a flat floor. Okay, I'm gluing this up and nailing it off. The line here, like so. Right there. And double check the line is on the line. It up as one piece. And there it is. Oh, tape there. Okay. Okay, so that casing's glued and it's been nailed together and it's been put in place. And I've gone around with brad nailer and I've just put a nail there, there, and there on both windows. On both sides. And I put a couple down in here, one here, I put one there on each side. And you can put more if you want, but that's plenty of nails to hold that up in there. There'll be some more fasteners when you put the casing on here. It's going to be into here, and it's going to be into here, and it's going to be into the wall. So you don't need to go crazy on the fasteners that you see in here. Okay, so what I've got done here is I've got pieces cut to show a reveal of 1/4 inch approximately all the way around. Got this piece mounted. I put some glue behind it. I got the other piece ready to go. I'm just going to sit it in here temporarily. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set. I've got glue on this other piece ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get up here with get this piece here ready to go, and I'm just going to set it up top here. I'll show you. Okay. Now, like that. Make sure the edge is flush. Perfectly flush over there. Okay. And I put a nail in it. I put one right here. Okay. Okay, this piece ready to go in. Okay, that, and just like that. There, that's flush. The edge of it, right there. Okay, my reveal. Pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. More reveal. How's that reveal look? That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Any irregularities make it look like it was hand built, right? Isn't that what they say? Any little twists or divots in it lets you know it wasn't mass produced on a machine somewhere. Okay, that's starting to look good. Okay, I got 2 more pieces to put on there. I've got to make one up for the middle right here, and I've got the skirt to put under it. So the skirt is going to be the same size as the top one. And what it does is it gives the whole window kind of a rounded look around the corners, and when you put the skirt on underneath, rounded. I'll give you an idea what it looks like. Something like this one here, only this is different wood and a different size window, of course. But see this rounded on the top and then rounded skirt? Yeah, it's just a different look. You can do whatever you want, but yeah. This one too. Like that. Same design. Okay, so this is the last piece. I got this piece of skirting cut to put under here, and all I'm going to do is nail it in. I have a little mark on it here in the center, right up here, so I know it lines up either side. Okay. Try and hide the staple in the knots if I can, or near as I can. Okay. Oh, this one looks okay. Looks like this is going to have to be pushed up a little bit, but that's okay. A little push. And there we are. Another one here. Now, of course, I'll go around and fill those holes after. Yeah, sorry about it being so dark in here. I just don't have a light here right now, but so there it is. The reveal here, about 1/4 of an inch, all sides. And see how when I put this on here, I line the bottom of the skirting up with it right there, see? Rounded the corner, just a very simple design. I've used it before. And there it is. And the top's the same. And I tried to use the knots to their best advantage. I like the look of knots in wood like this. Some people prefer clear, but knots are good. So yeah, I tried to get the wood pretty tight to the window, best I could. looks pretty good. There's a bit of reveal there, the same thing. Colorful piece in the center. Yeah, that's how that's done. Hopefully that helps somebody. Subscribe to my channel if you like. Give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you again soon.